Yo, this video, I was gonna do a different topic, but I think that this is a better topic. Um, I think this topic is a little bit better. Um, Women, just a video on women, and this is mostly I'm a mostly male dominated. I'm a male dominated. Okay, that's way too gay. Okay, but I'm a mostly male watched guy. I'm pretty sure every single one of my previous videos have been watched from a man. It tells me. So yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of women and where I am with that. Okay, so right now I don't want to speak to a single woman ever again. I don't like them. Okay, and it's not because it's their fault. It's because oh my gosh, bro, leave me alone here. Please tell me okay, my mic is working. It's like okay, 1 minute in, I haven't really said anything. Um, growing up, I haven't really been too reliant on women. I kind of stayed my path, and I'm in my 20s now, and it's like, maybe I should start dating a little bit. And you start dating, it's like, damn, this shit sucks. I don't want to date ever again. Oh, and previous on my last video, I was talking about dating apps. I deleted every single one. Awful, 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 awful. I feel like they just use you for attention, like I said in the video, but still, so awful. Oh, but anyway, um, women can be tricky. Sometimes they lie like men, and sometimes they are great people. But as for me, it's like I really have gotten to the point where I just don't want to talk to like well not talk to a woman. I love talking to people, everyone. But there's some people it's like, man, like all you see is the negative in someone. And I've gotten that mostly with women than with men that I feel more men are more positive about stuff than women are. And the more mentally not mentally ill, but like the more mental not mental problems. I'm trying to think more problems arise with girls, right? I feel like every guy's dad or every guy has said that more girls, more problems, okay? Or more money, more problems, but it's more girls, more problems, okay? And you know, I I just don't see myself with anyone the more I grow up. It's just like, damn, it's like I don't really see an option out where it's like, hey man, like you're the one. It's just I don't think it's for me. And it's not like I'm hating on someone that finds someone, but it's like I found a girl, and it's like okay, but just for it to end, just for it to have such a sad uh, ending or end of a relationship is so hard for me to understand the concept of everything. It's like I get hold on to the memory, and another thing is like I wouldn't delete any photos of you and your girlfriend that you had previously. I'd say that's cannon fodder. I'd say keep it because I think it's good for your mental health because you have to enjoy the time that you were alive. But it's also like a lot of people don't realize what they have. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I just want to improve myself. Not for anyone in particular, but I don't want to like date anyone. I just want to have fun in my life. I don't and when I mean fun, I'm not sleeping around or talking to any like maybe talking to girls, but like I'm not going to take any of them seriously. It's like it's like I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be myself, you know? And you know, they can come and go, and it's like you're definitely gonna have options in the future, but it's like, man, like I don't believe in it. You don't believe in a relationship anymore. You're so like thrown off by everything because it's like, excuse me, you just don't believe that it can end up in a good situation again. And it's not like it won't happen, but you know, you why even try when you can just like be a loner and be like completely just on your own? Because being on your own is sick, right? Until the late night like feels, you know what I mean? But besides that, it's like, man, it's like I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to like, you know, there's a wasp right next to my desk, outside my desk. Um, but it's like, man, it's like I want to be on my own. And going into that, I always wanted someone growing up, like maybe when I was a teenager or I always wanted like a girlfriend or something like that. Because you know, it's like a real girlfriend. High school girlfriends and middle school girlfriends don't count, obviously. But like your first real girl that, you know, you're talking to and something develops, it's like, man, it's like it's so enjoyable to have that. You know what I mean? And you know, once that ends, you're at a crossing, okay? You could just go, and this is what a lot of guys typically do. They go around sleeping around with a bunch of women, and for an easy rebound, which I don't agree with personally. I feel like that's a bad habit and a bad method to look at it. And another method is just to improve yourself, which I take that method a lot more, uh, what's it called? Respectable. But I feel like sleeping with a bunch of women now is because that wasn't an option before, like back in the day before cell phones. Because like when we had cell phones, like no one had each other's number. Like it was like you go to a bar and stuff like that. But I think having all these, especially men and women. Men and women shouldn't have like a bunch of rosters. I know it's evil for me to say, but I really just don't agree with having a bunch of a quote Snapchat fucking list to like from here to the floor of different names of different men or women. It's like it's like so unhealthy, and such a validation check. It really is. Because you know what it is? It's just all these people, all the it's a big fucking cesspool. It's fucking disgusting, you know? And it's like ugh, you know? And if you ever date a girl that's in that cesspool that has like or man, if a man or woman I think has like a body count of what? I'm trying to think. If you have a body count above 7, are you really looking for the love of your life, or are you just fucking to fuck? Okay, and you know it kind of is like, damn, it's like, man, it's just like looking for a home. You're just looking for a vagina or a penis, you know? It's disgusting, gross. But I feel after a relationship, and many people have different stories and different issues, and you know, blah blah blah. But you know, it's just hard, you know. It's hard believing in something once you go through it. And you know, going back to this, life does get better. Life always gets better, okay? Life will always get better. In my opinion, you can always change your ways. You can always change around something that you don't like about yourself. I used to be so ugly that I used to pray to God every single day. Not every single day, but there was one night vividly I remember I was like, "Oh my gosh, please. I'm so fat and so ugly and I'm such a chud. Please, Lord, please just help me." And you know, It didn't happen instantly. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? I still got bullied pretty bad. Um, Maybe a couple more years after that. And that's character development for sure. Bullying does work. I mean, I think I'm slightly funnier now. But I think bullying does play a role. I don't think it should be banned per se. Maybe lightened a little bit. But I used to pray for that stuff to happen to me. And now that I'm like slightly a better attractive, um, I like looking at myself. I can actually look at myself and not hate myself. Life does improve. Like, but it did take me at a breaking point. Like it did take something to get me there. There's always going to be a breaking point in that life that flips the switch, and it wasn't instantly, but it time over time, you get better, and people don't realize how much time that little time you have. You have to flip that switch pretty quick in your life to actually get ahead, in my opinion, at least. And I think that'll be it for this video. Hopefully, I made some sense. If not, it's okay. Maybe next video I'll be a little bit smarter. Have a better topic too.